What is happening? Welcome to another pitcher video breakdown. My name is Nick Pollack. Today we're going to talk about Joe Boyle. You might not know who he is because he pitches for Oakland. He's a rookie. He's made 2 starts this year. He had a game of 3 innings and then 6 against the Tigers over the weekend in late September. And I want to focus on him because he's going to get one more start before the end of this year, but he's going to be in the talk for the rotation next season. The Oakland Athletics have a lot of these young guys, and he is one of them. So let's see if he's any good. Oh, yeah, he throws 98. Forgot to mention that part. Yeah, he throws really, really hard, and that's kind of what's exciting about this. Pretty cool. Throw hard fastball, have some success. And I think the thing that I'm gonna be looking forward to the most from Joe Boyle moving forward is if he can get that fastball elevator now. 0-2 here. Beautiful 98. He didn't get a whiff on it. And one of the things I've really liked about other MLB debuts that I've seen is that's 3 straight pitches for Joe Boyle, all fastballs. And that's the typical thing that you see is really like the first inning, it's just a major focus on fastballs and then some of your breaking balls, but establish the fastball. That's the way to go. And what I've seen from other guys, I mean, I talk about Cole Reagans all the time, but literally he started the game with a changeup to Jose Altuve, right? Like it's that kind of mentality where you gotta be able to throw anything in the first inning. Zach Gallen told me in an interview that he thinks like a closer in the first, where it's not about saving pitches for later. It's about no, you get those outs and you secure yourself that in that first inning, get into a rhythm. And now you have them already thinking about all of those things already instead of just only sitting a fastball as he was on that 0-2 pitch, right? If he was sitting fastball, then the perfect pitch actually there was a slider, but you threw a fastball and you gave him a chance at least to get a hit. So he missed that. That's 99 upstairs. At least he's upstairs. At least it's 99. Ah, there we go. There's the slider. You see how out in front he is? I mean, that's what happens during an MLB debut, right? Everyone's sitting fastball with you. And yeah, you will get that swing and miss. So let's see. Do you go back to it? Yeah, you do. And you get end of the bat, broken bat, easy out. It's some people say, "Oh, now you're wasting it." You're not wasting it. You're getting out. Every out should be is a difficult thing. Think about the present, not the future when you're pitching. You'll figure it out later, right? That's an interesting approach. They're trying to go down with that fastball there, it looked like. He's not there though. So I do think that Joe Boyle has one of those fastballs that do play up better than down. I mean, that's yeah. So now you can see though he's on it, right? That's a foul ball straight back. When we see a foul ball straight back, what do we think? Oh, timing is right there. Be careful throwing the same thing again. Uh, this is absolutely a breaking ball. I mean, it should be at least. Ugh, that's such a breaking ball pitch. Now 3-2, it's absolutely a fastball, right? No, it's a slider, but it's on. So I love the pitch call at 3-2. I mean, if you throw a good one, you got him. Torque does a great job here. I mean, just see how he reacts. No big, does not do a big leg kick. He doesn't do anything. In 3-2, Torque is saying, look, I'm not going to commit to something. I'm going to react to something. And I love this because he saw that it would have been a fastball out of the zone, but then stayed on it in case it was that slider that came down. It was, and he didn't try to do much with it. He was late on it. He just kind of pushed it to right, got a single. That's good stuff from Torque, and that's the bad execution from Boyle. But yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I need to show a lot more of Boyle, right? Like, there's not much more to this. It's fastballs upstairs. He gets the out there at 0-2 again, but he's not getting a whiff on that. That sticks with me. A lot of times we see guys, especially up in the zone like this, if you have a really unbelievable induced vertical break four seamer and a really good VAA, that is the angle of which the ball is coming in that does not match the bat, you get this whiff. That's way out of the zone. Like way out of zone, 97 miles per hour to 0-2. That's not a whiff. Kind of sticks with you, right? We're going to watch one more inning here. Sweet. You got free real estate. I love that. I love that from Joe Boyle. Okay, we have another slider, more free real estate. Banez is not looking for this. So now you can really mess him up with a fastball. And if it looks like he's going inside, He's not. So I haven't seen yet a really like in a bat where Boyle is doing what he wants to do. I love with four seamers, especially you guys with like this velocity and everything. I love peppering inside seam handedness. I'm a huge thing about it. It's the hardest thing to do. Those that are able to do it are the ones able to succeed the most. And what we're seeing from Joe Boyle is he's battling himself a lot, which means that he has what I call cherry bomb tendencies, where he can be super sweet when he executes it, but then it blows up in your face when he doesn't. Also, after two fastballs like that, you see another 0-2 fastball. Sorry, two sliders. You see the fastball. Do you go back to the slider now? No, you go inside 98. That's an amazing pitch. I don't feel like it's him trying to nail that spot and executing it. That's what it was, and that's cool. Um, but it's not the intent, if that makes sense. He's very much of a thrower and not a pitcher. Ooh, I mean, I generally don't like middle, when it's either if I want to be either high or low, and I hate what I call YM lock, which is the Y axis in the middle. Um, but on the black first pitch, all right, 97, 98, that's great. Now he's getting that one inside. Again, I feel like Boyle isn't intentionally getting that inside. You gotta throw a slider now. Come on. Thank you. Another like props to Lip, okay? Like, I'm not right pronouncing the rest of that name. Lipsius? Fine. Props to him for throwing the bat and making contact after being so badly beat on this. You do it again, by the way. Yeah, but now you overthrew it. Now you do it again. This is what the gambit is. You now never go back to a fastball. Good. He's so out in front. He fouled that off because you didn't get it down enough. Now you go to a fastball, I guess. But yeah, you're missing it. That's a cool shot. So that was cool because that is actually a situation where I do like a low fastball. And the reason for that is he's thinking if it's low, it's a slider. If it's high, it's a fastball. And this is the whole thing about Strider. Um, Saris is like, hey man, Strider, you gotta throw a change up. Like you gotta have something that is different from the slider being down low. What if they're like if they say, oh, it's low, it's a slider, and if it's high, it's a fastball, and he goes, well, then I'll throw low fastballs. And I think there is a very much a world of doing that. But the thing is, you have to be in the position to be able to command and locate and surgically set that up as a pitcher. I don't think Boyle is that. That's often a dangerous pitch, by the way, down and inside to a lefty like that. I mean, you can see though, he's chucking as opposed to commanding. I mean, that's a terrible pitch. Where do we want? I mean, I'm talking about the low fastballs and everything like that. He's not trying to freeze him here. No, he's just 0-2 down and able to swing at that. Yeah, like come on, you can't throw that. It's a risky proposition, going after Boyle at the moment. So, I mean, he goes against the Angels, by the way, later this week. They are not a good offense. They could give in to everything like the Tigers have. But once again, that's a high fastball, and he's not getting a whiff on it. I do wonder if there's something about the properties of it that I'm not aware of that suggests that it's not this big whiff fastball that we want it to be. Ah, there you go. There's a good slider. I mean, this is the slider that he wanted to throw to Torque. And the reason why this one works and the other one doesn't is because this looks like a strike as a fastball up, and then turns down to the slider. The one before was so obviously out of the zone that Torque then switched to see if it was a slider, and then he was able to hit it. But yeah, that's Joe Boyle. I think this is a very helpful look at him because the most important thing you can do when analyzing prospect pitchers when they come up to see like, is this real, is it not, is you watch them and you get a sense, are they battling themselves or the batter? And if they're battling themselves, that really means inconsistency. Generally, more so when you don't have an overwhelming four seamer that is getting a ton of whiffs, and B, you don't have a lot of depth in your repertoire. Now, I'm not saying he has a bad fastball, and he did have effective at bats inside the zone with it, but it is not your Gavin Williams four seamer, right? It is not your Brian Wu four seamer, your Bryce Miller, your Spencer Strider, etc. And without that, being a two-pitch pitcher, and you're not having this incredible command, it does make it very, very worrisome, not just for the end of this year, but also for 2024 for Joe Boyle. All right, that is it for today. Make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be doing these a lot during the off season as well. Make sure you let me know who you want me to cover for the 2024 season that you feel like does not get enough coverage. But that is it. So my name is Nick Pollack. May your BABIPs be low and your strikeouts high.